Todd has recently mustered the courage to report Theo to the police after enduring ongoing domestic abuse. Coronation Street viewers have been wondering if Todd Grimshaw is set to leave Weatherfield as his tense cat-and-mouse situation continues with his violent husband, Theo Silverton. As soap fans know, Todd recently found the bravery to go to the police about the domestic abuse he has been suffering for months at Theo's hands. This followed Theo's increasingly disturbing behavior, especially after he was named in February as one of 5 possible murder victims in a storyline that will shake the cobbles. Recent hard-to-watch scenes showed Theo brutally assaulting Todd. After trapping Todd inside their bedroom overnight, Theo was briefly convinced by Todd that he would step away and help him sort out his issues. However, when Todd attempted to flee, he discovered the front door was locked. While searching for the keys, Theo suddenly returned, casually dangling them in his hand. Realizing Todd was trying to escape, Theo violently attacked him, leaving him injured and struggling to stand. Todd later made his way to his friend Sarah Platt's home to seek assistance. An episode then focused heavily on Todd's ordeal, highlighting domestic abuse awareness as he had his injuries recorded at the police station before bravely giving a distressing statement to DS Lisa Swain and DC Kit Green. With help from Gary Windass, Theo was brought into custody, where Kit arrested him for ABH and false imprisonment, and Lisa later questioned him. Theo attempted to deflect responsibility onto Todd and complained about being treated unfairly, but Lisa kept him in custody overnight. However, his detention was brief due to insufficient evidence for a charge, despite claims of footage from their flat that had yet to be found. Even after his release, Theo continues to linger around Weatherfield and shows no intention of letting Todd leave for Thailand without resistance. In an upcoming special episode, the situation escalates further and could even result in Theo becoming the victim himself. According to Coronation Street spoilers for this week, branded Murder Week, one of Theo, Megan Walsh, Maggie Driscoll, Carl Webster, or Jody Ramsey will be discovered dead by Betsy Swain by Friday, May 1st. The opening episode will focus on Theo's storyline. On Monday, April 27, Todd is left shocked when Theo turns up at the shop flat with packed bags, planning to flee to Thailand. George Shuttleworth arrives just in time as another violent confrontation erupts, and together they manage to subdue Theo and escape the flat. Todd and George then report Theo to DC Kit Green, but Theo is nowhere to be found. Eager to leave, Todd gets into a taxi headed for the airport, only to realize he has forgotten his phone. He asks the driver to stop, but upon returning to the street, he comes face to face with Theo holding it. What risks will Todd take to finally break free from Theo for good? Coronation Street death spoilers and episode timetable this week as the victim is finally revealed. Fans of the ITV soap are set to witness a major storyline unfold over the next 5 days, before the identity of a shocking death is ultimately exposed. A murder is about to hit the famous cobbles, and viewers will follow the drama across the week leading up to the big reveal. The audience already knows that one character will die, following a flash-forward episode aired in February. In that episode, a shaken Betsy Swain was seen speaking to police after discovering the body of someone she knows. She explained she had been attending the wedding of her mother, Lisa Swain, and Carla Connor before heading into town, where she made the grim discovery. Returning to the present timeline, the soap has slowly built tension around 5 possible victims whose actions could lead to their downfall. Megan Walsh, Theo Silverton, Maggie Driscoll, Jody Ramsey, and Carl Webster have all emerged as potential casualties, each involved in increasingly dangerous situations. Last week, on Thursday, April 23rd, Lisa and Carla's wedding episode aired, marking a historic moment as the first same-sex female marriage in Weatherfield's 65-year history. After the celebrations, the pair were alone in Underworld when a scream rang out. Lisa became alarmed, but Carla brushed it off as nothing serious and continued planning their final dance. However, viewers now know that Betsy was the one involved in that moment. This week, the whodunnit murder storyline will play out across 5 episodes, starting Monday, April 27th. Each episode will revisit the same day from the viewpoint of a different suspected victim. By the end of the week, Betsy will discover a dead body, launching a full investigation into the killer. Episodes will drop at 7 a.m. on ITVX and YouTube and air at 8:30 p.m. on ITV. On Monday, April 27, Todd Grimshaw is stunned when Theo arrives with a packed suitcase, planning to flee to Thailand. George Shuttleworth intervenes during another violent clash, and together they manage to overpower Theo and escape. Todd later reports him to DC Kit Green, but Theo disappears. While trying to reach the airport, Todd forgets his phone, returns for it, and is confronted by Theo holding it, raising the question of how far Todd will go to escape him. On Tuesday, April 28, Debbie Webster tells Ronnie Bailey and Kevin Webster that she has paid Carl Webster to leave. Carl, meanwhile, begins tying up loose ends, causing trouble for Abby Webster, Tyrone Dobbs, Theo, and Kevin. In a darker turn, Carl tampers with Kevin's car brakes after receiving a message from Kevin, putting lives at serious risk. On Wednesday, April 29, Jody Ramsey prepares to leave Weatherfield, but a violent incident involving her sister Shona Platt pulls her back into chaos. After a series of emotional discoveries and betrayals, Jody seeks revenge and targets Shona's marriage to David. Later, she finds herself alone and being watched, hinting that danger is closing in. Thursday's episode, April 30th, centers around Megan and Maggie as tensions between the two women continue to rise. Megan finds herself cornered and confronted by Eva Price, Leanne Battersby, and Toya Battersby, which quickly escalates into a heated and emotional confrontation. Later on, Megan takes matters into her own hands by secretly recording damaging revelations about Maggie's past, hoping to use them against her. However, Maggie soon becomes aware of what Megan has done and wastes no time in confronting her directly. The situation rapidly spirals out of control as both women expose hidden truths and long-buried secrets about each other. The confrontation pushes their already fragile relationship to the edge, leaving their feud completely beyond repair. As Friday, May 1st arrives, the storyline builds to its dramatic and intense climax. Todd continues his risky and dangerous struggle against Theo as their ongoing conflict reaches a critical point. Meanwhile, Summer Spellman unexpectedly becomes caught up in the chaos, finding herself in a frightening and unpredictable situation. At the same time, Sarah Platt is violently dragged into a shocking home invasion that leaves her terrified and vulnerable. Elsewhere, Ronnie Bailey is forced to take drastic and potentially life-changing action as events spiral further out of control. With violence and panic spreading across the street, the community is thrown into turmoil. As Betsy Swain makes a heartbreaking and disturbing discovery, shockwaves ripple through Weatherfield, leaving residents stunned. In the aftermath, the identity of the victim is finally revealed, bringing the week's intense drama to a devastating conclusion. Coronation Street airs weeknights at 8:30 p.m. on ITV1 and is available to stream on ITVX.